Hello, my name is Alex Sareh, and this is the demonstration video for my Innovate ECE project, the Arduino USB rubber ducky. Now, what is a USB rubber ducky? It's a cybersecurity penetration testing tool developed by Hack5, which is disguised as a standard USB flash drive. But when plugged into a computer, it emulates a keyboard and then starts typing pre-written commands at superhuman speeds. What this project is doing is recreating Hack5's USB rubber ducky, but with an Arduino. To get a better understanding of how it works, let's see it in action. Alright, so here I got the rubber ducky. Wait a second. Much better. So I have a pre-written script on this SD card, which we'll look at later. But first, let's just see what happens when I plug it in. There you have it. All that it's doing is pretending to be a keyboard, then it types pre-written commands. Obviously the one I just showed was a silly example, but later in this video I'll show a more practical demonstration. Let's take a look at the hardware itself. So here's the rubber ducky. It's fairly simple and pretty small. You can see it fits on this teeny tiny breadboard. It's powered by an Arduino Pro Micro, and the reason I'm using a micro is that it has a built-in USB controller, so it can directly act as a human interface device such as a keyboard, whereas other Arduino boards like the Nano and the Uno don't natively support USB HID. Here is a LED indicator light, and here is a micro SD card reader, which will read the script off the micro SD card and send it to the Arduino. Speaking of which, let's talk a little bit more about the scripting language itself. This is what a simple script looks like. And this is the ASCII Rickroll example I showed earlier. So this scripting language supports typing strings, typing modifier keys like Control, Shift, and Alt, the Windows key, function keys. All I'm saying is that it supports the entire keyboard. And it also supports comments and delaying between these key presses. And so the way it's interpreted is it literally just goes line by line and executes each of these instructions. So just as an example, for this one, what it's doing is Windows R, typing in CMD, pressing the Enter key. It's waiting a second. It's doing F11 to full screen. Then it's typing curl ascii.live/rick, and then pushing the Enter key. And then it's finished. I want to show off a more practical demonstration. So I made a script that extracts all the Wi-Fi passwords off a computer, then sends it to an online server. So here I have my brother's school laptop open to the online server. I got the rubber ducky, and then here's my laptop. So let's see what happens when I plug it in. Okay, it's with one hand. So right now it's extracting the passwords. So give it a second. And boom. And it's all closed out over there. And if you look over here, like these are my actual Wi-Fi passwords. So I'm blurring them, but yeah, it's pretty cool. The most complex part of this project was programming the Arduino itself to interpret the scripts off the SD card. And I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty on how it works, but I do want to mention that, as you saw, I chose to keep the scripting language pretty simple. More advanced tools feature stuff like variables, conditional statements, loops, functions, randomization, and plenty more. And lots of that is possible with an Arduino, albeit a lot more difficult. Well, that concludes my project demonstration. Thank you so much for watching, and go Jackets!